All right, guys, we're going over to New York. That has been plagued, absolutely plagued with illegal dispensaries, choking out the legal ones that have been able to open up in the state. And elected officials have been under the gun ever since the last governor decriminalized it to get this whole thing figured out. They're working toward a deal to let local governments kind of step in and crack down where they need to. It's been a little over 3 years since New York went legal, and in that time, they've only been able to open up a little over 100 licensed dispensaries in the whole state, the entire state. Just as a point of reference, there's over 2,000 illegal ones that they know about in New York City alone. And all those illegal dispensaries are there just to meet the demand that is already present in the state. Now, there was supposed to be a legal market that was put into place way back when this all started, but that was all bungled and delayed, and the new governor, Kathy Hochul, says herself, it's been an absolute disaster. The New York cannabis rollout is an embarrassment to national cannabis programs everywhere. One of the former police chief even said, a lot of common sense errors occurred. Who would have thought? All done in the name of social equity. They just failed to recognize they were creating a bigger problem. Definitely speaks volumes there. So basically, they want to increase law enforcement without restarting that war on drugs, if they can even do that. But even if they do clamp down on these illegal stores, the demand is still going to be there. If they don't open up more licensed shops, that crackdown is going to do absolutely nothing for them. Now, Cuomo, the previous governor, found himself in political trouble when he began the whole legal cannabis campaign, and he failed to put in any regulators in place to kind of get the thing going. Then they were supposed to help entrepreneurs that had been affected by the war on drugs, had records and things like this. They were going to give them a leg up to start early in the market before bigger companies got in. But that whole thing was mismanaged, underfunded, and all went to hell. And this whole time, the program has been getting just bombarded with lawsuits that have been slowing them down as well. So it has not been going well for New York. Now, most states that have been able to get up and going allowed existing operators in the state to jump into recreational sales, basically big multi-state or operators, kind of corporate cannabis, giving them a huge leg up to mom and pop shops that have to start up and expand pretty much from nothing. Now the government is trying to put righting this ship into their actual budget. Kathy Hochul, the governor, wants to padlock the doors of offending businesses. Now, previously, they dropped fines all over the place, but it would take months and months and months to collect them if they ever could. And this whole time, the businesses could operate freely. So she wants to put a lock on the door to stop that one. And the stores she can't put a lock on, she wants to revoke their licenses for other things like tobacco and liquor, cigarettes and the lottery to really cut their funding off there. So they're also trying to go after the landlords, right? They're dropping $50,000 fines on anybody who, or on any landlords that knowingly lease to unlicensed dispensaries. So that's definitely a heavy hit. So they're also trying to let local cops do the enforcing. Now, before there was certain organizations that were the only ones allowed to step in and enforce any of these rules. But they want to change that and allow each jurisdiction to kind of enforce it for themselves. And finally, they're trying to set up a task force in the state to figure out where all this illegal weed is coming from and shut down the avenues that it's being brought into the state through.